Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, last one of the night. And it's not even it's beyond bonkers. Literally, somebody has to lose their job. Several somebodies have to lose their jobs. I don't know what Bright Spark thought of it. I don't know which Bright Spark signed it off. And I don't know which Bright Spark agreed to pay for it. But whoever these people are, they should not be allowed to do this. There's a nuclear power station that's been forced to spend, and I'm not even kidding you when I tell you these numbers, £700 million on a fish disco. No, you didn't mishear me. I'll say it again in case you think the man's lost his marbles. A new nuclear power station has been forced to spend £700 million on a fish disco. That is to say, not a disco where people come dressed up as fish. No, I mean a disco for fish. Hinkley Point C reactor, this plant, has been made to introduce a range of fish protection measures, including a fish disco, to appease environmental groups. £700 million, just so some green eco wankers can go, oh, look, we're saving the fish, right? A new report commissioned by the government has found that despite this criminal price, this eye-watering price of £700 million, the schemes will save, are you ready, 0.083 salmon, 0.028 sea trout, and 6 river lampreys a year. So that means £700 million will save one salmon every 12 years. I'm going to make a point of eating a salmon. I mean, the Nuclear Regulatory Task Force report has revealed that £700 million cost of fish protection schemes to highlight why it's so expensive to build nuclear power stations in the UK. Yeah, because eco-wankers. The price of this, £700 million. This isn't for the reactor, right? Now, of course, these costs don't just evaporate. The taxpayer has to pay these. So we get higher electricity bills and we have to pay more tax for this shit. Each level of complexity, each level of anything other than providing the basic power costs. It's bad for our energy security. It's bad for our environment. And it's bad for the consumer. There is nothing good about any of this. It's madness and badness all through. Natural England and the Environment Agency are singled out in this report for adding disproportionate costs to the projects by demanding design changes aimed at protecting nature. Fuck nature, it's a nuclear power plant. Among changes made to the Hinkley plant in Somerset are 3 different systems to protect fish from being sucked into the plant's cooling system, including a £50 million acoustic fish deterrent, dubbed a fish disco, that emits sound and light to repel fish. They should play Marillion at them, shouldn't they? And now, because of this, the Nuclear Regulatory Task Force report said that the UK is now the most expensive country in the world to deliver nuclear projects because environmental wankerism. Somebody save the fish. Fuck the fish. They come out ready cooked. 3 Blinky. Remember Blinky with the 3 eyes? The £700 million cost of these schemes, which is the equivalent of £280,000 per fish saved, would amount to an increase of £24 per family if divided equally across all UK households. The report says that when it opens in 2031, the £46 billion Hinkley Power Station We'll have more fish protection measures than any other power station in the world. Well, aren't we glad of that? I would rather it cost a lot less, produce more energy, and we all just got on with it and had cheaper electricity bills. I mean, you've got that. You've got the £125 million bat tunnel covering HS2, haven't you? Because bats. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And have you ever seen a lamprey? Horrible, disgusting creatures. Although I believe, was it King John, I think, died after eating lampreys? Yeah. Anyway, Mohammed Zia Youssef, the head of Reform Policy, said, when we talk about tough decisions needing to be made, and then there's not enough money for British pensioners to heat their homes, and we forget about which humans in society need to pay the consequences of that, it's currently fish or newts or bats that have superior rights to British people. Frankly, to many humans in this country, this is a sad fact, and it's mad. Now, the Nuclear Regulatory Task Force is looking for a radical overhaul of nuclear regulation, basically making it easier, quicker and cheaper to build nuclear power stations and build lots of them. And I'm going to take a quote, right? And I don't mean this, it is humour, it's genuinely humour, I'm putting it up here, but I'm going to go with Douglas Adams. When they were talking about this, and he said, they said that the environmentalists were raising a bit of a hoo-ha, and he said, but it's okay, they took them out back and shot all the environmentalists. I mean, basically, that's what we got to do. Not shoot them, of course, but just ignore them. Tell them to go fuck off. Fish discos. I mean, for Christ's sake. The report recommends a new one-stop shop commission be created with the power to reconsider novel or contentious decisions, including overruling individual regulators if necessary. In other words, saying, you want a fish disco? Yeah, no. Move on. This is unbelievable, isn't it? New nuclear planning rules should be rewritten so reactors can be built in semi-urban locations instead of being confined to remote areas. That's right, because the new models are so safe. Genuinely. They fail safe on so many different levels. Because the older ones were tend to be built with the idea of we can still get some nuclear weapons out of this, rather than just being effectively nuclear kettles, boil water, spin fan, generate electricity. But unbelievable. Ed Miliband, because of course he's going to pop up and say this, says, this government is delivering a golden age of new nuclear. Not at £700 million a time for a fish disco, you rubber-faced wanker. Unbelievable, isn't it? Fish discos. There's no place for this. Thanks very much. Bye.